Okay, so here we have sonnet number two. Okay, so instead of using the harvest metaphor or the husbandry metaphor that was used in sonnet one, here Shakespeare uses a much different metaphor in the first two lines. It's the metaphor of warfare. So here, 40 winters, we have 40 years. When you are 40 years old and your brow or your forehead is besieged by this army, so we have the military metaphor right here. So when your brow has been besieged, like a besieging army that has dug these deep trenches or wrinkles in thy beauty's field. So here we have this metaphor of this advancing army that establishes itself and digs these trenches uh, in order to further their attack against, let's say, the castle. That when this happens and you are have these wrinkles in your forehead, people that used to look at you and look at your livery or your clothing, now it's a tattered weed. Those things that were used to be all the rage in back in the day are now tattered weeds of small worth held. So when this happens, when you get to be 40, when Father Time and Time's armies have besieged thy brow and have produced wrinkles in your forehead, when that happens, at that point, when you'll be asked in the future when you're 40, where all thy beauty lies. So at that point, when you're asked that question, where is that treasure of thy lusty days? So when you were young and beautiful, where's that treasure now? To say within thine own deep sunken eyes, to say, oh, that's still within me, in my eyes, in these old eyes now, that beauty is in the past or it's in me, and this were an all-eating shame and thriftless praise, right? This is going to be something that's going to be very shameful to say. So don't be a profligate. We'll see that in a second. You don't want to be a profligate because it would be much better if in the future, how much more praise deserve thy beauty's use if thou couldst answer. So your beauty deserves a better response. And that response is, oh, this beautiful child of mine shall sum my count, shall total my account, and make my old excuse, proving his beauty by succession thine. So here, you're not, in order to not be a profligate, right? To not be wasteful, it'd be much better in the future if you could respond to that question about where is your beauty to say, oh, it's in this child of mine. That would be a better answer than to say, oh, it's in these deep sunken eyes. Okay, so then the couplet, the summation here is, this were to be new made when thou art old, and see thy blood warm when thou feelst it cold. So when you're getting old and dying, cold, it'd be great if you could see your blood warm in that of your child, and that is the importance of progeny. So, this sonnet basically picks up and continues the same theme as Sonnet 1, namely that when you get older, when you get to be 40, and you are not as attractive as you once were, and your brow is full of these trenches, these wrinkles, and you're no longer looked on the same way as you were when you were younger, then it would be much better when you're asked, "Hey, where is your beauty?" It'd be much better to say, "Oh, it's in this child of mine," instead of saying, "It's in these deep sunken eyes," because that would be shameful to say that your beauty is here and that you didn't pass it on. And in the couplet, you'll be new made through the child, and your cold blood will be warm again.